Hey, Michael, you have helped faculty change LMSs in the past. If you were to do it again, what would you do differently?
Yeah. I think I would do a couple of things differently. This may be a little controversial to some, but I'm going to say it anyway because that's what we're doing. We're having a conversation. We're talking. I'd like to hear what you think about this. So, if I had to do it again, well, I'm sorry. First, for audience members who don't know, I work at Columbia University, and I was part of helping get faculty from a homegrown LMS to Sakai and then to Canvas. So we had two major LMS changes while I was a faculty lab manager at Columbia University. And they went well. But I think if I had to do it again, and this is not easy, it would be hard to do, but I think I would try to separate faculty into two groups. Because if I could separate them into two groups, I could then help them differently because I think they have different needs. So Group A, I would call faculty who are willing and able to work in this new LMS. Group B are the faculty who only want their course to function the way it did last semester in the old LMS. That's really all they want. They just want to come in and have the course function like it used to. I think they're two different groups. Now, I think with Group A, I think schools do a really good job of helping faculty who want to try to learn this new LMS. And you know this because you developed a lot of this stuff, but you have live workshops, recorded workshops, tons of documentation, office hours. This is all helping people who want to kind of work with this new LMS. And I think if anyone wants to learn a new LMS, they can if they had all those resources. Now, Group B is a little different. Um, we need to reassess how we work with Group B because if you're a teacher and all you really want is for your course to look like it function like it did last semester, we have to figure out how to work with you because if that's all you want, we need a different strategy. Okay, so I have a couple ideas, a couple thoughts. I think as my cat in the way, here's my cat. I think we should develop, along with all the awesome workshops about how to use the new LMS. I think we should develop some kind of workshop that just focuses on the differences between the old LMS the school is using and the new LMS. Um, and I think we should. I think that would help by laying out all the differences of this new LMS. I don't see it a lot. I could be wrong, but I don't see a lot of workshops highlighting what's different about this LMS and how to make adjustments and fix your course. So that's one. I think two, people do this all the time, but we should do more of it. We need to spend time working with people from different schools and departments so they're better equipped to help the faculty there. And I know that happens a lot, but maybe my controversial take is maybe we need to let them in a little bit more on the back end, like give them a little bit more access so they know how to do some things. I think a lot of teaching and learning centers probably wouldn't want this, but it's a conversation to have nonetheless. Like the more people, in my opinion, that are in there in the back end helping faculty, I think the better. But that's something to be thought through and talked about. So that's two. Three, here's a more provocative one. Curious as to what you think about this. We just help more faculty and build more courses for them. Now, I know time, effort, and teaching and learning centers would say, that's a lot of time and effort to do to build to just go and rebuild certain faculty's courses. But when you look at all the emails and phone calls that come in from faculty en masse when this turnaround happens, that takes a lot of time and effort too, and it's very hard to do piecemeal. And I would say, correct me if I'm wrong, but like 90% of those problems that come in are coming in from group B. All they want is the course that they had last semester, and they just want it done. So maybe we should, for this period of migration, hire some more people and just completely build the course for them. Not all faculty, but a bigger percentage than we do now, because it's only going to be a lot of work anyway when they're calling up last minute, and they're irate now, they're frustrated, they're taking it out on us. Why not just say how many courses we're going to build, this many courses for these faculty, and just build them, just get them functional ourselves? A bit of a controversial point, but I think it's worth talking about too, because from what I'm hearing from you, Jose, for you being on the ground literally today, migrating courses for different schools, uh, they schools definitely need to sort of create a new and better strategy for doing this, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. And you hit some points there that I want to, dive into as well. You mentioned um, dividing the teachers into other groups. Another important group I believe is, those who are teaching an online course,
Hmm.
let's say, asynchronously, and also those who are teaching face to face, synchronously in a physical classroom. you know
Excellent.
those two groups also have different needs, and some of which are teaching both face-to-face courses and also teaching online. So I think that's another important uh, uh, something another important point to keep in mind,
Another
because uh,
another way to divide.
another division, right?
Yeah.
Because if you think about an online course, it carries a lot of weight. You're taking a course from the previous LMS, and there's all the blood, sweat, and tears that professors put into this course. Some of which have been for years, going on and perfecting that course and tweaking it. And someone who's been teaching an online course for that long period of time, you know, it's hard for them. It's a large task to ask for them to start, from scratch.